Her biggest moment so far is when she eliminates Mr. McMahon to win the Corporate Royal Rumble on Raw to earn the right to be number 30 in the 1999 Royal Rumble match. She is the first woman to ever be in the Royal Rumble, and the pop when she came out to the ring that night is unbelievable, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It tells you that they've got something here. And maybe where folks were cautious or hesitant 2 years prior, we can cast that aside in less than 2 years now. Think about that. Debuting in February of 97, now getting a huge pop at the Rumble in 99. She's covered a lot of ground in a very short amount of time. Of course, she enters the Rumble and eliminates Mark Henry before Stone Cold eliminates her. The next night, she's going to turn heel and join the corporation. And she's red hot as a babyface before she does this. This feels like a missed opportunity to me. And I understand in this era, we're very much in the Russo era, not picking on Vince, but I know he was a big fan of giving fans surprises.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know a lot has been made online about Swerve and all that, but the reality is surprises are a big part of wrestling.
And the best way for a surprise, unless you're bringing a new guy in with a big contract, is to do a turn. And I had to fight against a few different turns, 2 at least, because I thought that the Mankind babyface turn, the second one especially, was really connecting with people, and that it felt real, almost above wrestling, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And I just thought that would have been not just counterproductive, but that it would have hurt the real life bond that I had really worked hard to create. In this case, yeah, I forgot that turn even took place. And like I said, I do understand why these turns take place. You have to make the TV shows exciting. And at that point, they'd realized that, hey, we're not going to go with 15, 20-minute matches regularly. We're going to have 6, 7-minute matches, 8 minutes, including introductions. Like, we're going to bam, 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 almost for the MTV generation when that was still a big thing. So you stop seeing like match of the year type things on Raw, but what you were seeing was like a potpourri of all kinds of different elements, almost booked for people with attention deficit issues, that nobody could get bored because we were on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And you're constantly looking for things that are going to put eyeballs on the product, especially when we were still going head-to-head with WCW.
Speaking of swerves, WrestleMania 15, Chyna is going to turn on Kane to rejoin DX, but in reality, that's a swerve because Hunter turns on DX to join the corporation. So 2 turns in one night. When it's happening so often, you start to do it for diminished returns, right?
Yeah. And case in point, I don't even remember those turns.
Yeah. 15 is just a miss of a WrestleMania.
I told you about did I tell you about the plane trip I had with Chris Jericho?
Yes, where you guys, for the entire flight, just talked about how many times Big Show had turned. You didn't even get through them all before he landed.
Right, and that was 15 years ago.
Yes.
So the man had turned a lot.
Yes.
And it is a case of diminishing returns. I hadn't even remembered, I didn't even know that Chyna had turned heel, but she went back babyface while Hunter simultaneously turned heel.
Silly.
Yeah.